name is Charlene Miwa Nagae. I'm the co-founder and executive director of Tornavoz, a civil society organization founded and led by women lawyers working in Brazil. Since 2022, Tornavoz has been implementing the project Defending Females' Voice, funded by the Global Media Defense Fund, which supports the legal defense of women journalists and the media outlets they lead. For the past few years, we've noticed the increase of lawsuits against journalists and media outlets with the intent to frighten them, to preventing them to release public interest information. And at the same time, we noticed several initiatives emerging in the digital space, which is something that is contributing a lot to diversifying the environment communication. And a single lawsuit might be enough to completely shut down the initiatives or to prevent a journalist from doing their work. We face very great difficulty in defending journalists and media outlets because our legislation and our case law do not provide clear criteria for what can or cannot be said in the public debate. Women journalists face additional challenges in journalism just because they're women. There is some particularities and additional challenges with dealing with women journalists because they're sometimes being attacked from various kind of attacks, since online attacks and legal threats, and also sometimes even physical violence or aggressions that are doing in person. I think the Global Media Defense Fund is essential because this is not just the specific support we receive. The existence of the fund gives a message that this is something important, that this is something that should be in the radar of everyone. It's hard because the problem with judicial harassment and slaps, this will not be solved quickly, right? So having this kind of project that supports the legal defense of journalists, in our case, especially women journalists, I think they can help contain or at least minimize the chilling effect. Because otherwise, if you don't have civil society supporting them, they will give up journalism. And if you are in a public authority and you're suing a journalist at the local level, they're not going to defend themselves alone. They will have the background of an organization like ours, with lawyers with extensive experience in litigating this kind of lawsuits. So they will not find a deal or like a settle to do like in the beginning of the lawsuit and like having that journalist piece banished from the internet, for example. The existence of the Global Media Defense Fund is important to give a message that this is a cause that is worth fighting. These concepts are constantly developing regarding judicial harassment, but right now I would say that our most pressing legal challenges that we still have defamation crimes in our legislation. In the last year, we had a case that is very emblematic to us of the journalist Shirley Alves, who was sentenced to 1 year in prison in order to pay 400,000 reais, which is almost $80,000. A judge and a prosecutor after she denounced a case in which a rape victim was humiliated during a hearing. This case brings me to this point that we have to start serious discussions about abolishing defamation crimes. But this is a very challenging topic to address because they're mobilized by a lot of relevant actors. Not just the public authorities, but also by business persons. And also, I think something that lawyers treat as normal, like for the legal community. They don't see that there is even a problem with the defamation crimes existing. I think this is the most pressing thing for us right now because we know it will be a long run. It will take years to change this, but we must start.